trust. I believe in eternity. I believe in you and me.
Well, welcome
Hello, yes.
our time for two. Well, certainly we are grateful for another opportunity to share 86 years of marriage experience, hoping that some of you
Sound like Adam and
will,
Abraham and Sarah. We ain't been married that long. Okay, I know. Don't explain.
Right, I won't explain. Okay. Well, for this very long 43 years. Okay. All right, 43 years of marriage as two becoming one, and we just want to share because our monicum is we like to share our 43 years of worth of experience. Hopefully it will help somebody navigate their way through marriage, relationship.
The honeymoon is over. The honeymoon is over.
Well, from the honeymoon to the marriage, it's not over. It can still last. And
the javelin competition.
People
who could jab the most.
I heard somebody say that there's still honey in the comb and honey in the moon, so it can last.
It's all in the queen bee.
Queen bee. Okay.
She got all the honey. Remember that, ladies? You got all the honey.
The honey, the nectar of life. But anyway, all right. Well, we're on here tonight, and I inadvertently covered my topic, so I'm going to reveal it to you now. So that's what this is about tonight, getting to know you, and this is part 2, because we did something like this a few weeks ago. And but just doing some additional reading and researching, found a few more things, tips to help you continue to get to know your mate. You say, well, I've been married a long time, I already know him. Well, what happens is, marriage can be kind of a roller coaster. You have your ups and your downs, have your periods where you got
to get off the roller coaster.
You struggle,
you got to get off the roller coaster.
There's sometimes that you get off the, because then you're on level ground, but you stay, your roller coaster ups and downs. I mean, you got. But
somebody's got to get off and stop and stand back and just.
Yeah. So you get off.
The ride go.
Well, when the ride is over and the thrill is gone, then you got to figure out what you're going to do from that point. What on level ground. What are we going to do next? So I mean, so we want to talk about that because the little secret that nobody really wants to say is that sometimes marriages do have difficulties even after they've been married for a long time. Because it, and as I said on here, it takes a lifetime to get to know somebody. Because you're and somebody once said, learn something new every day. You're learning something new every day, is because it may take time for somebody to reveal all of themselves. And I know and I hear you now say, well, they should know them if after X amount of years. Well, I mean, sometimes it takes time because people are afraid to reveal themselves, to totally expose themselves. They give you enough, but there's something in a closet somewhere that they have tucked away and may have forgotten it, may have didn't never mention it. And then there's, and I like to say this too, people change, people mature, people develop their views, their ideas, their outlook. All of that changes with age as you mature. And it's a good thing to make sure that y'all understand each other on the journey. And as my wife and I have said over the years, that divorce is not an option. So if you take that off the table, that kind of pushes you into the arena of, well, since we're together, we're going to have to learn each other, learn how to love each other, learn how to, deal with each other's changing quirks or personalities. I mean, people change. I mean, that's just a fact. People mature, people develop, people get better, some get worse. So, it all depends. You just got to learn how to navigate your way through. But anyway, tonight,
money changes.
the money changes, life changes, your house changes, responsibilities change. So you got to learn how to navigate your way through all of that in order to become a successful couple. Because when I say that successful couple, I don't want to make it seem like, some kind of business. But again, it's a relationship. If you want the relationship to develop and grow and thrive, you're going to have to make an effort to learn each other. And, when you go through the ups and downs, you're going to know how to respond to that person. Some people don't know how to respond to each other. They don't.
So
anyway. So tonight is getting to know you.
How can I get my spouse to open up?
Yes, that is part of it. How can I get my spouse to open up? But before we do that, wait a minute. Before we do that, let me get some housekeeping out of the way. If you're new to us, or if you've been viewing us on Facebook, please go over to YouTube and look for Our Time for Two and subscribe to the channel. Put a like out there. Stay on the channel and put some comments out there. We'll get them. Put some comments out there, because what that does, it draws other people in to get this information that you're getting tonight that may not have ever seen it. So please do that. And here we go for the commercial. Ready for the commercial? Here we go. All right, so do as it says, go to the YouTube channel, Our Time for Two, subscribe, like, comment over there. All right, so our topic tonight
is getting to know each other, and how can I get my spouse to open up?
Right.
So, what we got? We're gonna.
There you go.
Okay, go show up.
Okay.
Amen. Victoria's on again. Hey, how are you? Yes.
All right. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate that.
All right. So, Bishop, you ready to begin?
Oh, you want me to start? Okay.
Wasn't that what we agreed upon?
Mm-hmm. All right.
Sometimes husbands act like you didn't know any talk. You say, "Oh, that's what we're going to do." I'm confused.
They don't know that.
No, that's about all men. It's not just you.
Just go with the flow.
Just
they don't know that.
But I'm quite sure you're not the only one.
No, I'm not.
Just like this morning.
No, you're supposed to just say, "Okay." You got to expose everything. Go behind the scenes.
I'm like, I didn't even tell me.
All right.
I didn't know that story. That was a secret.
What are you talking about?
About you landing when you was young, we fell off the bike.
Are you going to go back to that?
I just thought,
Oh,
I don't think I'm the only one.
She's talking about I fell off the bike in the middle of 16th Street when I was about 15.
And he said he told me, but I don't remember that conversation. But he told me last week. So he swore down. He told me before.
I did. You just didn't remember.
Okay, so I don't remember, and
I've
right.
said it during when I was preaching. So that just go to show you how much you paying attention.
He remembers, and he's right and we're wrong. Go ahead. Okay.
you a mess. All right.
Accept your fate.
My goodness. How will we ever get to know each other at this rate? Have you ever heard that? Thought that? We've been married for X amount of years, and I don't understand him any better than I did before our honeymoon. That's a rough statement.
Do you really get to know each other on your honeymoon, really?
No,
everybody's on their best behavior.
The best behavior, and you're loving each other and loving on each other, and doing what people do on honeymoons.
No bills to pay. You're just enjoying life for the week.
Well,
So that's. I don't think you don't really get to know each other on your honeymoon that way. So now the honeymoon is over. Not so much I'm just saying now you got
physically, but not
now you got to pay bills. Now you got to go and buy groceries. Right. Now you got to figure out who's going to go.
You begin to grow as one flesh.
Yeah, and who's going to do what and how each other's react.
And that's what premarital counseling is all about. But anyway, that's good.
Okay.
But when you actually have to do it, then that's when it comes in.
Yeah, and you're starting to see by each other's strength.
Right.
Or what nags you. you know.
Who do we have on tonight? I'm just being nosy. I see a couple of people on.
All right.
All right.
So how to get my spouse
know
to
who you
open
are.
up, not just talk, not just have a conversation, but how to get our spouse to open up,
How to converse.
how to converse. But
How to
we're not just having a how's your day going conversation. We're talking about opening up. All right,
Okay.
Bishop.
All right. So what we have here is okay.
You ain't ready?
A way to get conversation flowing between two people. Okay, this is one of those ones where you talk about a 10-minute, it's something called a 10-minute plan. A
Oh, I thought,
10-minute plan.
but before you
was it?
go into that, this is actually
Okay. You back on the
uh,
other page?
well on the first page, because it's talking about, actually we're getting this from a story of a young
Oh, you
couple.
want to do that? Okay, that's good.
You know, to for the Lady Foundation, for a young couple, a wife is in the kitchen cooking dinner, and
God bless you, Lady Carol.
she actually as she's cooking, she's actually thinking about how they're not having a conversation, not opening up, you know. But we can go into what everything she said, but this is
Right.
the basis. This is where it came from. A wife is actually in the kitchen trying to get herself together to cook, but then she realizes that they not having a real conversation, and so she's trying to figure out how can they have a real conversation. So she gets out of her trance and she says, you know what, I can start the conversation. Hopefully this will help. So she made his favorite meal.
Okay.
She made his favorite meal, put a little candle on the table and everything and whatnot. And he comes home, you know, and they sit down, and she's thinking that if he eats these garlic meatballs, his what he loves, that he would open up at a conversation. But he eats, and as she's talking, he's nodding, he's not saying anything. And then she said, well, okay, that didn't work. So let me just open up and start this conversation. And so she starts the conversation, and then this is when all this stuff opens up and happens, that she
Mhm.
feels it ended up being a more of a fight sort of kind of than
Because
a
he's not talking.
conversation. Well, because you notice that he said something else about the conversation when he thought he was nagging. He thought he was nagging her.
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead. Oh, you get ready to talk about the plan? But yeah,
Okay.
so he thought it was criticism and not a conversation.
Okay.
Because
Because
she
he
was
wasn't
saying,
talking.
right, because she came out and said, okay, I just need to have a conversation. Can we talk? Can you just tell me exactly how you feel? How do you feel about this? How do you feel about that? And he felt that she was criticizing him. And so that's when everything
Do
blew
you
up.
think it might have been better if she had explained to him what he was doing? What she was doing?
That's what she did. She started talking, explaining clearly as what she needed, why she needed him to open up. Why, and so he felt as though she was criticizing him. He heard criticism. And so he started shooting back with different, things like, I work 4 hours, I work all day long, I pay the bills, I do all this and do that. So what else do you want from me? And she wanted a conversation to open, to have a honest, open up conversation, because now she wants to get to know what type of person he is.
Okay.
And so he felt as though she was nagging him.
All right. Now let me look, because I mean this does happen, and I think that just for just being able to think about this for a minute, maybe well, she fixed the dinner, but I think it should have been a setup for it.
She did set it up.
No, well, she cooked.
His favorite meal.
The favorite meal, but he didn't know. He came home and was just thinking, okay, this is dinner.
No, but she was hoping that he would eat. So no. So listen.
Key
listen.
word, hoping.
No, yeah, but listen. But the men need to listen to this. She fixed his favorite meal, not just any meal, his favorite meal. And she was hoping that when he started eating the meal, that he would at least say, "Oh my, this is good. Thank you for fixing my favorite meal. How did your day go?" Or just start a conversation. Or if he said, "Oh, this is really good. Thank you for cooking my favorite meal," then she felt that that would start a conversation.
So you
He
said-
didn't say
now,
anything.
because I didn't read that front part of that. So you're saying that I'm just trying to understand, because this does happen. So I'm just saying that for what did she say again? She's just went in and asked him,
She
I
just
did
said-
this because I'm trying to get a
No,
conversation going on.
what she did was he did not respond to how good the meal was or thank her for the meal.
Then what did she say?
Then she said to herself, she said,
She didn't say it
no,
out loud.
this is what she said, right? This is what she said to herself. Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and just tell him what I need, what I want to tell him. I want to have a conversation. So she
Okay.
opens up and says, she started talking, explaining as clearly as she could how much she needed him to open up. So she didn't know anything about him. They went on the honeymoon. You date, you court, but I'm quite sure they didn't have what we talked about earlier, the courtship thing, talk about family, talk about a lot of stuff, that, you should talk about before you get married. Matter of fact, before you get married, you should learn how to even have a conversation. That should be part of the premarital counseling,
Mhm.
how to start a conversation. What are the signs that your wife is bored? We
Right.
need to have. So, when she did open up, he thought she was criticizing him. So otherwise, she's asking for something else now. He done worked all day, pay the bills, do this. I mean, he got a whole list of things that he did. And he asked her at the end of the conversation, "What more do you need?" She just said a conversation.
Okay.
So
you're saying
an honest conversation. Open up. I want to open up. I want to talk. So instead of him saying, "Okay, what do you want to talk about?" he felt that it was criticism, something else for him to do. I don't know if y'all ever felt like that. I don't know.
No, I'm looking at it from the way a man would receive that. That's why I'm trying to get to, and why he responded that way, because a lot of people respond the same
This is what
way.
Right. So this is what she said.
And because again, I'm looking at it from this standpoint. And again, I'm just looking at it from this standpoint. He's coming home from work. He sees a meal. He's probably worn out and tired. All right. And I'm just looking from his standpoint now. I get what you're saying, but he's probably tired, worn out. And when you like that, depending on what kind of work he does, he's probably worn out, stressed out, or whatever it is. He's coming home to eat. And maybe he should have said, "Wow, thank you for fixing my favorite food." Maybe he should have said that, but he didn't. So could it be she was just like, okay, he didn't say anything.
Well, this is what
so at this point he's like, and so when she comes in and says, "I just want to have a conversation,"
and so they end up getting to counseling. That's why we say counseling is important. The pastor referred them to counseling, and this is what Kim said in the story. Her name is Kim. It says, as Kim and Matt told the counselors their story, it became clear that Kim was having difficulty accepting the fact that Matt shows his love for her primarily through actions, working hard rather than by talking with her. As Matt listened to Kim, he begins to realize that his actions weren't enough. They had to be accompanied by loving words that would speak to Kim's heart. So that's y'all makeup.
And that goes into the what they call the love languages. I get it. And they were having communication problems because, again, and this is where men have to be
cavemen. Y'all cavemen.
Like
me go hunt. Me go get food. Me go get food. We bring it, put it on table. You cook food.
Okay, if you want to say it that way. So my point is at this You got somebody rooting for you out here. You know.
But isn't that right? The
Bi-
caveman.
Bishop Carroll is sitting there, but he ain't saying nothing here. So she got control of the controls. So she said, "Speak, Lady Collins," and then she comes out again, "Speak, woman of God." You know, now she laughing. You know,
But it's
but
the truth.
again, Bishop Carroll, you better get your own phone. You know, but no. Let me put it this way.
You Jane. No, that's Tarzan.
Yeah, thank you. You all somewhere else. You done went from caveman to the jungle. So
Still the same mentality.
but again, let me say this. I think that, and this is where I think that men,
You trying to read and talk at the same time.
I think this is where again, and I'm glad that they said that they went to counseling, because again, I think that there's just a miscommunication in the way they communicate. And this is where we go into the five love languages, which we're going to talk about eventually. But again, the thing is it's just a missing in the communication and understanding what she's trying to say when she cooked that meal, and listening. This is why the Bible says, "Be swift to hear, slow to speak." So men have to be like God in that sense. Have to be like God in that sense and try to listen before responding. I was trying to look at it from the man's perspective, is that, you know, he came home, he's tired, he come home from work, he's getting his dinner, and boom, she's asking a question about something that is probably a long way from his head. And I think that there should have been in my opinion, should have been a setup for that kind of, "Sweetheart, I'm going to fix a really nice meal because we just want to sit down and talk with you in advance."
How's that a setup? You just telling him. You're not setting them up.
Well, it's a setup because you're setting him up for the conversation to spring it on him, and he's like oblivious to what's going on.
Excuse me.
You know, see, I knew you was going to say that, but again, that's the way men. That's the way men think. That's the way they respond. And again, thank you, Deacon Simpson, Deacon Earl. Yeah, I know she is on a roll tonight. Talking about you, Lady Carol. Men gets no respect. You're right.
Y'all get all the respect in the world. I'm so confused with that.
Not the way.
If y'all say,
excuse. Y'all are chattering up tonight. Excuse. No, it's no excuse.
What you mean?
Excuse. Men get no respect.
What you mean y'all don't get no respect?
Again, what you trying to? I'm trying to get the understanding of get the women to understand. You know, you can't just spring something like that. You know, I get the meal, and again, I say to men, be sensitive, be on the look for when stuff like that.
That's why you got to pray before you walk in the door. You got to pray before you walk in the door. Lord, I'm going into the house with my wife, and I don't know what she's been through today, and I don't know. So help me to be more sensitive.
You're trying your best to make your point, Sister Burton.
That's what I'm saying. They don't get it.
They
don't get it.
Burton. Thank you, Bishop. I'm glad you got your own phone. See, I'm with Lady Cuss. See, we got a woman thing going on here. What?
Look, there's more women in the church than men, so why not?
Not on this show tonight. All right, thank you, brethren. So again, my point is, because I want to bring it in to try to get people to understand what is going on with the man when you pop that on him. Now, she had said, but when you left out in the morning when he's fresh waking up, saying, "Sweetheart, I got a meal because I really want to just sit down and just have a conversation tonight." You already planting a seed about what this is going to be about. Instead of catching him when he's coming home after a long day at work, he's tired. He's tired. So, and look, now let me
remember
put
that. Remember that word. He's tired. He's tired. But if we say we tired,
right. My point. You take my point. Thank you. You agree.
But y'all get mad if we say we tired.
Yes. So that's my point.
But you spring it on us.
Y'all women,
You spring it on us.
right?
No, you don't say, baby.
Y'all what?
Look,
Y'all women? Hold, no. We gonna go there. You want romance? We want romance. You want?
but you don't
want,
give
wait,
it. You
no,
spring it on us.
no, yeah, but
And
see,
then we say we tired.
even when wait a minute, hold
She
on.
don't want.
No,
She
no.
don't want to.
Even when we're setting it up, you still come on. If you working, I'm tired.
What? You don't set it up. Y'all don't set it up. Okay, I can no.
No,
You
so
can't tell me
again-
95%. Y'all set
again-
up romance and everything. Now
Again,
no.
okay, but you take my point though. Y'all want to set up, but you don't want us to have a setup. You want the setup. You
But
want to wait. Hold on. They say love making starts in the morning in the kitchen before anything happens in the bedroom. That's what we've read time and time. Y'all want to set up, but you don't want to set us up.
We set you up.
No, you don't.
We set you
No,
up.
you don't.
Ladies,
You have to.
we set you up. You just don't know we setting you up.
You want flowers. You want a phone call. You want a note. You want all
And
of that
we
stuff.
want a conversation.
Yes.
And he didn't give her no
It's-
conversation.
But see, the problem is she sprung that on him. That's all I'm trying to say. Is he sprung that on him at the last minute when he's home tired. So again, I'm trying to get you to understand, and you ladies to get to understand when you spring that on a man at the last minute, and then you're saying, "Oh, I want some conversation." Okay, now that's why, and again, this goes back to my point is I will say that men, we have to be sensitive as God is to make sure that you're swift to hear, slow to speak. Don't let your emotions, because again, we are the leaders. So therefore, we have to take the lead in making sure that we are sensitive to it before, because quick to get in your feelings and say, well, what do you want now? I just worked all day. That's the first thing we're going to say. But again, I think that I have to say that we should slow down and hear what they're saying. And maybe this is one of our ways to handle conflict that we had in one of our shows is to say, look, I really can't talk about this right now or tonight. Can we talk about it tomorrow? So again, the wife has to be sensitive to understand that he may be tired and say, okay, we'll schedule it.
But he
for
didn't
tomorrow.
say that. He could have said, well, look, I'm tired, honey. So
Right.
I tell you what, let's set up a time. Let's set up a time. I know.
Didn't I
but,
just say that?
I know, but he didn't say that. So
I know he didn't say that.
He just
You
he
read
just-
the whole
he just
thing.
flew off the
He
handle.
did. And I'm trying to help the brother out and help the situation out so that we as brothers don't get into that same kind of situation that this brother's into as far as launching or lashing out at his wife. And this is where getting to know you comes in. So, and getting to know each other, becoming one flesh. All right. So what we got going on out here? That's their favorite word. No respect. Thank you, Bishop Carroll. I appreciate you being with me, sitting there with your wife. Thank you so much.
But I don't know. You can't say it's disrespectful. You can't say it's disrespectful.
I know you're right.
So-
You're right, Sister Burden. Yeah, we're tired too.
That's right.
I said that.
That's right.
I said that.
But they don't set us up, but he wants to set up.
So again, thank you, Deacon Simpson. I appreciate that. Yes, Bishop, I know. All right. So again, I'm just trying to get the understanding. That's Bishop Carroll. He said that's how the fight starts. Well, hey, again, that's why I'm saying, as men and leaders, and I know I'm putting a lot of weight on the brothers, but we have to be quick and slow. Sometimes we gotta hold up and really evaluate what's going on before it blows out into a situation. So, and because again, I'm like this, I'm trying to avert or divert a situation. Because me personally, I like peace. I don't like a lot of confusion. So I'm going to try to get a handle on what is happening before I blow off. And so again, and then that's when you got to use those conflict diffusion tactics to say, okay, watch those diffusion tactics to say, okay, well, you know what? Can we table this till tomorrow and let's come back to it? And then that way you done got rested. You done prepared yourself. Even going to work, prepared yourself for the conversation in the evening.
Well, I think I don't know. I think, yeah, you can say that. But most men, when they say that, it don't stick with them. They'll get up in the morning, and sometimes they won't even acknowledge the fact, okay, don't forget we're going to talk about this tonight.
Well, then,
I don't want you to forget. So,
you catch him fresh in the morning.
But why we got to say something? You got to say.
I'm saying that's where communication comes in at.
No, but we will say something. We will say something.
But see, men.
And then y'all will say, I haven't forgotten. I haven't forgotten. I know.
Understand, sweetheart. Sweetheart, honey. Just remember, we're going to have a conversation tonight. That's the way you do it.
But y'all, why I got to say it all the time? Come, you can't remember.
Reminders. That's where you're working together. So y'all working together as slow. One. Now, why you got to go to insult? Why you got to go to the insult? God. Gee.
I got to remind you that we're going to have a conversation.
Oh, God. Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
I'll remind you. We'll remind you. We remind our husbands that we have to have a conversation. Remind them that we are. But we don't have to remind you.
All the way from Liberia. God bless you, Bishop.
We don't have to remind you that we're gonna have date night or something. Y'all be like, oh yeah, don't forget we be going out tonight, because now you got a one-track mind.
No, it's not. I don't have a one-track mind.
I'm just saying.
So what? That's not always the objective. You can't say that's not always the objective.
It's not okay, but 95%.
May not be.
Okay, all right. If you say so.
May not be.
If you say so.
And if it is, jeez.
Well, the girl say what? The girl said slow.
Yeah, under the blanket. She's putting all the men under the blanket, under the bus, under the bulldozer. What else can I say? Oh my! No. What you say? No, we're not slow. No, we're not. How dare you? No, we're not slow. Well, I'm just trying. You got to listen to these conflict diffusion techniques. Mm-hmm. That's what these are, because we're working to try to get to know you. So again, how to get them to open up, and I'm trying to show the techniques of how to get the conversation to open.
And we're gonna open.
But see, with this couple, what happened with them is that they end up having to go to counseling because they couldn't talk.
So we're gonna give them. I like the tool that they use, which is
okay.
Because we've tried.
We're
trying. No. I was saying, but I want everybody that's listening, even though we're talking and we having fun, we've gotten to the point that we can laugh and joke, and then come and create a resolution or a plan to get over what we're disagreeing about. So the Lord has blessed us to get to the point in our marriage that we can laugh and say, okay, all right, so this is what we're going to do, but you can't get to there in your first 5 years of marriage. You got to have
86 years of marriage.
Okay. You got to have some tools. So this is what this show is about. We have some very seasoned couples on here tonight. That's why we can laugh and we can joke, but
Bishop Carroll said his wife is teaming up with you.
That's right.
It gets better all the time. You got to, yeah.
So,
and Deacon Simpson said, I want you to know that all men are not the same. Amen.
So look, but we have seasoned couples on here tonight. So they're chiming in, but they had to go through their struggles to get to their place in their marriage where they can communicate what they say. So, oh, he said we slow too.
Praise the Lord, Lady Benita. God bless you. God bless you to your husband, the most honorable
So-
Pastor Brown.
So we're having fun, and we're actually hoping that those that are looking on that
Man,
are
this
not
is a
married
good-
as long.
This is a good way to solve all of it. She's right all the time.
Oh, whatever. Yeah, we are though. But anyway, so we're gonna give you some tools, because we actually one of the tools that I've said on our show months ago, is that one of the ways that I deal with conflict when we're in a situation and it feel like it's getting kind of heated on my side, that I may say something crazy out of my mouth, I would stop and I would look at him and say, "Oh, he is so fine." And I'll look at him and I'll stop and I'll look at him and I'll say that to myself, as and so it won't get heated. But that's because we've been married for a long time.
Are you agreeing with her that Bishop Carroll is so fine? Yeah, you got that right. He's fine, right?
Yeah. So that's how I deal with. That's how I deal with it. We get into arguing or something, and I'll just look and I'll just stop and I'll look and I'll say in my mind, and so that diffuses everything for me. And sometimes you have to find tools or something creative to get you to stop and listen before you start opening up your mouth. But I like what they have here. They have the 10-minute plan. But remember, we did a show a couple of months ago where, maybe a couple of weeks ago, where we talked about giving each other compliments.
Right.
Before, during the day or in the morning before you leave, find something positive to say about your spouse. So we were doing that. So it doesn't matter if
And
you've been.
Don't say that so fast. That's a good point you're making.
Don't say what.
Find something
Positive
to say to your mate, and that goes both ways. From telling her she looks nice when she goes out.
He better, because I'm the only one going out.
I like something else, find something else to compliment her on. Jewelry, shoes, whatever. I like the way you have your makeup on today, whatever. I like the way you did your hair, whatever you can do to compliment, and it should go the other way. You can compliment him if he uses cologne. I like that cologne you got on today. I like the way you're dressed today. Man, that shirt is nice. Just find
you fixed that, man. You fixed that. Thank you for fixing that for me.
Right. Find something to
you got somebody to do it for you.
Compliment.
Thank you for paying for that.
Now, right. So again, the reason I'm saying this is because one of the things I saw in my reading, say, if you don't compliment your wife or your husband, somebody else will. And see, that's a way that the devil can get into their minds and get them thinking, even if they don't want to think that way. Because the devil will, if somebody says, on the job, on the street, "Oh, you really look nice today," the devil will use that simple little compliment. It could be innocent, but use that simple little compliment and wear that person out and have their mind wandering somewhere over in left field, about things that they shouldn't even think about. So I'm just saying, it's good for you to come out first, so they can say, so when that person says it, well, my husband told me that this morning, or my wife told me that this morning.
And well, then let's take it a little deeper. Even if you don't like what your spouse has on, or if you don't like,
Lady Benita says somebody definitely will.
Oh yeah, somebody definitely will. Somebody definitely will. And even if you don't like what your spouse has on, or maybe you just not feeling it. You're just not feeling it. Today. You don't feel like anything. I mean, like why he wear that? I don't even know why he wearing that. And so don't focus on that, because that's something you want to wear and he looks nice. Unless he asks you, you just, you said in a nice way, maybe you should wear this or whatever. But find something else, because that's really a trick of the enemy as well. He has you focus on the things that you don't like about your spouse. You don't like, and he'll have you keep focusing on that. And then you done filled your mind up with all the stuff that you don't like, until you forget about the things that the reason why you married him or married her, those things are
They'll
diminished.
blow up the little thing and won't forget,
the,
make you
the
don't
things
see
that you
everything
love
else.
about, right? And so you don't have no compliments. What do you mean you don't have no compliments? You do have unless you just hate each other and you really need some counseling. But we're talking about just going through the, the devil to use the little things to make you argue and not see the joy and growing together and making love, not just sexual, but just making love to each other mentally,
Emotionally,
yes,
spiritually,
and
all of
so
that.
he'll have you focusing on all those bad things. You're going to have to beat the devil at his own punch. You're going to have to just find something to say, oh my God, I like those shoes. I like those shoes. Or you can just say, look, honey, I know you're gonna knock it out the ballpark today on your job.
Lady
I know
Benita said, find something.
Find something, right? I know you're gonna knock it out on your job. I know you're gonna, you go and you make that money. You make that money, sweetie, gone. Because I know you're gonna be the best of the best, and you've got to, even if you have to write them down, and have a list prepared. So those are the things that we do. We started telling each other some nice things and whatnot. We did that little, and it really worked. That those tools that we was reading out of the book,
right.
And they said you should do that. Now we try things that that we read. And so that was one of the things. But they had a 10-minute plan. After all this, they went to the counselors.
Right.
So they had a 10-minute plan. This is what you do 3 times a week. We just do this 10-minute plan 3 times a week.
Well, this is a way to get the conversation flowing, the 10-minute plan.
10-minute plan, yes. And so just for 10 minutes, you can find 10 minutes out of your day, before you go to bed or when you get home or during time when you sit down and eat. What she says.
Angelita said if they don't like what they have on, you can always say they smell good. Even if it's regular soap.
Wait a minute, hold up. Bishop Larry Frazier's on 50 years. They are
they celebrating 50 years. You back from vacation
50
yet?
50 years of marriage. We got to get them
Bishop
on the show.
is echoing Lady Brown. Find something.
Find something. Yes, you can find something. Yeah, so this is the 10-minute plan that they had. I thought this was really neat. It says 3 times a week, they were to spend 4 minutes reading a recommended marriage book together. So they would find a marriage book and they would read it. I suggest, I'm looking at something that I have personally, is a devotional, marriage devotional by Joel Osteen. It's really good. It's really good. I think that I like that. We're going to be doing that. Yeah. But we're going to do that something different when I get out of school in the summer. And then it says 4 minutes having a positive discussion, no criticism. And then it says 2 minutes praying. So that's what 10 minutes.
That's your 10 minutes.
That's your 10 minutes of affirmation. So you're going to take 4 minutes of a recommended marriage book.
There's plenty of them out there.
Plenty of them. And then 4 minutes having a positive discussion about the book. And then taking 2 minutes to pray.
Yeah, positive. No, here, let's put this in here because in parentheses it says 4 minutes having a positive discussion.
It said
no criticism.
None. No criticism. No criticism.
Compliments.
And sometimes, if you find yourself being critical all the time, write down the positive things. Don't depend on you remembering it, because what's going to happen is something going to spark.
Your positives will outweigh your negatives.
Yes, and you're going to say something out your mouth. And then now you got then you got something else. And then you go back to the council and say, it didn't work. It didn't work. I tried. Sometimes you got to write things down so you don't come out your mouth saying something that you don't want to say, because you will end up saying some things.
And then the last piece in here, I like 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Okay, we got you. I will repeat it. Somebody's writing it down. April's writing it down. 2 minutes praying. Now that's crucial. That's crucial. Because some mornings I'll get up and I did it this morning. You just get up and you just start praying for your wife, husband, mate, spouse, just start praying.
She the one that's
You know, it could be, it could be either way. You know, the husband could just pray. You know, you don't have to make it make it more difficult than it is. Just start praying.
Say, Lord bless
And
her
you don't have
day.
to,
Lord
you don't
bless
have to
his
be
day.
okay. Now it's your turn. You don't have to do that. You know, she may get up and just start praying over you. You know, and then y'all may take turns. It doesn't. There is no right way or wrong way to do it. To do prayer, just pray.
Unless it's something that you're not used to doing, y'all set up a schedule. You say, okay, I'm just saying for those that are not seasoned,
Right.
you know, because after a while you kind of read each other. You're gonna know, and you know how what I do in the morning, how I get myself together. So you know when to stop and pray for me, you know. So you know those things, but until you really get to know the routine of a person or how they do things, or you just don't know how to pray, like I said earlier, find prayers. There's prayers on Google, how to pray for your spouse in 5 minutes.
So let's
there are
do
a lot
this
of
one
things.
more. Yeah,
So
let's
we're
do
going
this
to get
one more
it
time
for April.
For April, yep. So the first part is 4 minutes reading a recommended marriage book together.
And we can, if you need one, we can recommend, one for you.
So that's the first 4 minutes. The second 4 minutes is having a positive discussion and no criticism. And the last 2 minutes is praying. Spend 2 minutes praying. So that's the 10-minute plan. And if you follow through,
it's 3 times a week.
3 times a week. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. However you want to do it. Sunday, Tuesday, and what is the other one? Thursday. Whatever way you want to do it, just do it. I mean, what that will do is that middle piece there will generate conversation. So that will generate good. April just got engaged. Wonderful. I did see that. I thought I saw that. All right. So again, and get your fiance on here. All right. So again, I think that those are ways that you can generate the conversation and get to know the individual. So I think that's a positive way to do it. Let me see. The 10-minute plan worked. And if you start working the plan, what'll happen is you will begin to generate even more conversation. It will generate even more. You could, where you say how you do that. You could get together for a meal, and it's just planning a meal together. Now I don't know, everybody don't.
Now my husband's never gonna do this.
I'm sure.
No, he's never gonna do this. So, ladies,
I've gotten out of practice.
Find what both of you guys can do together.
Now
we can go out and we can eat, but he's not gonna go to the grocery store with me and plan a meal, and we're gonna sit down and cook. Nah, that's a hallmark for me. He's not gonna do that. So, but there's some things that he would do. And he might cut the watermelon.
If you said that, I want you to go and plan a meal, I might just do that. I just don't like shopping all the time. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't like.
Y'all hear that? I'm getting close. Y'all hear that? He said that he might try this.
Okay.
I will.
I'm serious. I will.
Okay.
But again,
Deacon Simpson, Lady Simpson, you hear this?
Since y'all are what they call anniversary viewers.
Yes.
And
but
so
y'all hear that?
Lady Brown, Lady Benita,
Lady Benita. Well, Elder Jason, Pastor Jason already cooks.
Yeah, he does. He is a cook. So Lady Benita don't have a problem.
Lady Benita will cut the vegetables up. Now they will do it together.
Yeah, that's right.
They will do it together.
So
but
I will.
I don't know about Deacon Pastor Bishop Carl.
I
don't know.
He might be a cook. I thought I saw him cooking something one time.
Deacon Earl said we here. What did April say? Yes, ma'am. That's why I'm watching this.
No, she's getting married. She's responding to the fact that she's getting engaged.
All right.
She's engaged.
So this, like I said, it will start a conversation, but also it should take you out of the conversation to activities, to doing things together. being more attentive. So marriage is an ongoing thing. I mean, we do have Miss April, our
Right.
other daughter. She is engaged.
Oh,
So,
so you didn't.
Elder Carol said we'll try.
He said I will try.
So
Okay.
maybe we can set up something on the show where
You
those that are
did have
going
a cooking show with
we
the,
had
the
yeah
date
and
night desserts.
yes and lady Simpson, she actually did the crepe, but maybe we can have the men on here and the ladies cook a meal. We could just, you don't have to cook it on the show or anything like that, but just let us know how it went. So maybe May in June, y'all can do a cooking something
Got
in
a
May.
whole 30
Got a
plus
whole
days.
30 days, and
We'll do
then
the
we'll come back the first Monday in May.
in June.
In June, and we can talk about how was it? Did your husband burn the food? But Pastor Jason, he's the cook, so he gonna outdo all of us. He's gonna outdo all of us.
Why do we have to burn?
But the men should cook. The men should cook.
Why do we have to burn the food? Oh my! Give us no credit. I'm back with you, Deacon Simpson. No respect. No respect.
So
we got
maybe we can get the husbands to cook the food, and let's just see how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
How it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Because I need my husband not to open up the can of green beans, and there is no more cheeseburger surprises from Murray Steakhouse. We don't have no more.
There's some cheeseburger surprises.
We're not doing that no more. We're not doing that. He's gonna actually have to cook. He's gonna act. So we're gonna figure it out.
Man, ain't gonna be that day. Ain't gonna be all of that with the meal, but I'll do my best.
So that was a 10-minute plan, and I think you guys should think about doing that. I think we're gonna do that.
Bishop Carroll said he accepts the challenge. Lady Carol said, Bishop says, I accept the challenge. And his wife responds, sounds good.
All right, ladies. So Deacon Simpson. So y'all going to accept the challenge? So it'll be the three of us.
Deacon Simpson said, I don't burn. He said, I don't burn.
Okay, so you accept the challenge. We're going to take a picture of the meal. We want to...
The first Monday in June, take the picture of the meal.
You got a whole month to decide,
and you can send the pictures to us. Matter of fact, we can send you a link so you can come on and talk about it. Yeah, you can show us the picture. We can, you can send me the picture. I'll put it up.
That's right. But you have to go shopping together. Y'all have to go shopping together and pick out all the ingredients and everything.
He said, okay. It's a done deal.
So that way, y'all doing it together. That is great. We have Lady Bonita on, maybe her and her.
See, the Bishop Carroll said, okay, we got
this. We got this, honey. We got to go out shopping. Yep. But you got to do the cooking.
Okay. No, we got to do it together.
Yeah, I can.
That's the idea, to do it together.
See, y'all, excuses.
No. That's what it says.
Okay, but
you can't change the 10-minute plan.
No, but you got to cook it.
You cannot change the 10-minute plan.
He can't cook.
You cannot change the 10 minute.
He can't cook.
She's trying to change the 10-minute plan.
But everybody else said yes.
They said yes to the 10-minute plan.
Okay, yes to the cooking. Are y'all gonna cook?
Oh my! No, don't answer that. Just together. We are going to. Well,
somebody got to put it in the frying pan. Somebody got to put it in the frying pan.
We are going to cook.
What part?
We.
I cook
not me.
Cook
turn the M upside down and turn it from me to we. We.
That's not fair.
No, it is fair. That's what it said.
Everybody else said that. I'm not talking about that.
Can I
everybody
read this
else
right
said
here?
they were going to cook.
It's a 10-minute plan to work. We want to interact with more. Set aside a time each week to do routine tasks. Comfortable class.
Can't see. Put your glasses on.
Wait, hold on.
It
says right here. The task was to prepare one meal. See that word right there? It says together.
But somebody has to cook it. It's not going to put.
Why can't we just do it together?
We're gonna hold hands.
No.
And we're gonna stir it. We're gonna stir the food up.
I take turns. I take turns, and I say, okay.
He can't cook, y'all.
I may go away, and we can do it together.
My brothers on here said they're gonna cook.
Go ahead, brothers, right on. I'm with you. Go ahead and do that thing.
But he gonna.
She trying to act like I can't cook. That's all right.
Oh, hear what he said? She's trying to act like I can't cook. Challenge.
That's all right.
He got 30 days.
That's all right. I can call Pastor Jason. That's all right. I'll get some.
Oh,
help.
you gonna call Pastor Jason?
I
to
can
help
get
you
some
out?
help if I.
Oh,
need to.
okay.
I
So
can get some
Pastor
help.
Jason, all right, all
I
right.
can get some help.
He
Don't
sound
mess
like he
with
want
me.
to do it all himself.
No, I didn't say that because it said, "There you go. Thank you, thank you, April." Here, let me put that up there. Boom.
We all gonna do it together, but somebody's got to put the
That
food
don't
in the
mean
pan.
for me to do the cooking. You stand there and watch.
Somebody's got to. If you're gonna fry chicken, somebody's got to cook it.
Mhm.
Or whatever we do, somebody's actually got to cook the
No,
meat.
I'm not.
I can
no,
do the vegetables. You can do the
Angelita
meat.
said grill. I'm not doing no grilling. All right, I'm not good at grilling.
No more.
I will burn it. No, not gonna happen.
You used to grill all the time. You didn't?
Not me. My son's the griller now.
Yeah, now, yeah. Junior's the griller.
Mhm.
All right, so that's what. So this was a very great conversation. We had fun, and I hope you guys.
So we got a challenge.
We got a
We
challenge.
got to put that. As a matter of fact, let me put that in my calendar.
We got a challenge.
All right.
Yes.
So again, let's go to the last page.
The last page.
It says, as you try to get to know your spouse, it is hard for him or her to open up. Here are 5 principal things to remember. All right. Got your pen, April? Here we go. Communicate your need for conversation.
But that's what she tried to do. And
yeah, but she didn't do it right, in my estimation. And that's why they ended up in counseling. All right. So communicate your need for conversation. Number 2, notice when your spouse does try to talk with you. Notice when your spouse tries to talk to you. That's why I say it's swift to hear, slow to speak. Number 3, commit yourselves to the 10-minute plan. Commit yourselves to the 10-minute plan. Number 4, turn a routine activity as cooking, such as cooking, turn a routine activity or doing laundry, shopping. God help me. All right. Turn a routine activity into a time of conversation. Number 5, maintain a sense of humor.
That's what we did today. Maintain a sense of humor.
That's right. So that's.
I want to go back to it.
5
Says when we do the cooking. So if you're going to do the cooking challenge, figure out what you want to cook. Get a menu and figure out what you're going to cook.
Oh, now look. I know that Lady Julia agrees with Lady Angela Cobb. Well, of course. You know, here you go. Get off my show.
Oh, you didn't tell nobody else. No, stay on.
I'm just playing. I'm just playing. All right, Lady Julia agrees with Lady Angela. Of course she does.
No, I mean, but it's
whatever she said. Whatever she said.
The truth shall make you free.
Whatever she said.
So we're free.
Yeah, okay, yeah, whatever. She gonna agree with whatever you say.
No. This was great. So next Monday, I will be having my sister on, Bishop Melvin Wills and co-pastor Lady Carol Wills, celebrating. They celebrated 51 years.
51 years.
51 years. And let me tell you
that's
something.
That's 102 years of marriage experience.
He keeps saying that.
It is. That's the way they do it in the corporate world.
Okay. But anyway, if he say so. He got 105. That's what you say?
102.
102.
51
okay.
and 51.
Okay, 102. All right. Anyway, I don't never get with that, but anyway, that's his thing.
It's 51 years apiece.
It's getting better all the time.
And the best is yet to come. You got me, Deacon Earl.
Right, this was a great conversation. We enjoyed ourselves, so we're really trying to make sure we try to do that that hour. It's kind of hard because we have fun having these conversations, but we're trying to make sure we try to stay within an hour, unless we don't really care if it goes over, but we want to try to do this hour thing. It's hard, but we try to do this hour thing.
Because we got to go to bed.
We got yes. And
I'm a senior citizen.
He gets a check, y'all.
I'm a younger senior citizen.
But that's good. All right. So I really appreciate it. Bishop, you want to give the housekeeping one more time
Yeah, let
before
me
we go
do
out?
housekeeping. So those of you that are on YouTube, go over to the Facebook. On the Facebook, go over to the YouTube channels, subscribe and like. I'd appreciate it so very much. Do this. Thank you so very much. I appreciate it if you would do that. Help the numbers go up on YouTube. And those of you that are over there, I appreciate you so much for being over there. Over there over there on YouTube. I appreciate that so very much. That helps a whole lot. Because the more you comment over there, the more you like it, the better it is for others to hear and see what we're doing. All right.
Amen. So I want to see the comments.
There are no comments. That's
Okay.
it. There's more comments.
I just like to
There's
see.
no more.
I like to see.
There's no more. They're all gone.
I see.
That's
I'm
it.
excited.
I know you are.
Deacon Earl, so I got you, Bishop.
I know.
Yeah, we know.
I said
it's a man's world.
All right. So we got one person over on the YouTube channel and 5 sitting over here on my page.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So you want to pray us out,
Father,
Bishop?
in Jesus' name, we thank you, dear Lord, for this time of sharing and caring. I pray that you would bless each and every heart that heard tonight, that it would help them and help and enhance their relationship in their marriage, dear God, because we're forever learning each other, Lord God. And we do thank you, Lord God, that we have an open heart, open mind to continue the one that you've chosen for us to live our life out with. And I pray your choice blessing upon each and every couple that has heard us on tonight. In Jesus' precious name, amen.
Amen.
We love you too. I'm about to call you Bishop Covington. Go ahead and laugh out loud. Be blessed. Take it easy now.
Love you guys.
Good night, everyone. Y'all have a great night. Let me get this over here. Good night.
I believe in love. I believe in trust. I believe in eternity.